What up, my blushing glams? Sac got fed for me. It's your girl Blush, and I'm back with another episode of Glam Chat. So you guys, I'm trying to be on a roll. I know it's been a couple of weeks, probably even a couple of months since I've last recorded, but as I probably, if you watched my last video, you'll see that I did tell you I was doing this look to create this video. All right, so this video, I'm actually going to be talking about how to bring value to your business. So yes, this is one of my Boss University videos. So, all right, so if you want to know some of my tips and how I feel that you can bring value to your business, stay tuned. Okay, so these points that I'm bringing here, I wouldn't necessarily say it's my opinion, but I guess some can say that it's my opinion. But I'm using these off of my own experiences as being a small business owner or an entrepreneur or a serial entrepreneur, as well as things that I've seen as being a consumer. So being on both ends of the stick, this is me showing and seeing how businesses, including myself, can improve and actually bring value to their business. So as I said to you, I am, I would say, a serial entrepreneur. I've had, I would say, a couple of businesses in the past. Anything between, I was a nail tech, like a mobile makeup artist. Also, I did have a costume jewelry business, which I joined in with my mom and my brother, and we ended up liquidating or stopping that business and actually rolled it over to a rental and like an event and party rental business, which that is still going on. Been kind of rocky during the pandemic, but things are starting to open up back in Miami, so we're definitely starting to get a lot more business with that. What else? Of course, YouTube, even though I'm not actually getting paid on YouTube, but as a vlogger, you're pretty much your own boss. You work on your own time and things like that, and the more you push, the more you decide how much income you want to bring in as being a vlogger. And then I think that's pretty much it. Now I do have another business that I am still working on, which would basically be considered a one-stop vanity closet. And I definitely would keep you guys in tune for that. Beyond the point. Now, with owning a business, like especially with, let's say, the party rental business, you get people who want to inquire. Some people actually want to book you, and some people just want to inquire, want to know how much it's going to cost for whatever reason. Maybe they have an upcoming event, maybe they don't have the money now, but they just want to know, so when they do have the money, maybe they're shopping around. But nonetheless, you're going to get people that's going to call and inquire about your services or your business. It's very important that as a business owner or as a business or as a company, that you provide prompt response. And again, this is from our own experience, because with starting that business, we're fairly new, so there's a lot of things that we're still learning. So sometimes somebody may inquire about a service that we don't entirely have yet, or we're offering that service, but we're still trying to iron out some things. So when people call and we don't exactly have the answer right then and there, and we have to kind of do our little research or whatever the case is to get back to that person, again, if that person is inquiring with you simply so they can shop around, the longer you take to respond to give that person a quote, the quicker it is for them to go through to somebody else who's probably going to give them a quicker response, and or if they were willing to negotiate with you, your number, by the time you give your number, that person already gave a lower number. So giving your potential client a prompt response, or at least if you say, hey, I don't have that answer today, but give me until such and such date, and you hold on and you respond on that such and such date. That way you don't lose out on a potential client. The next thing I would say is making things right with the customer. Another experience of ours, not as a company, but as a consumer. I know that with planning events such as weddings, parties, a lot of us did not expect for the pandemic to happen the way it did. You hear about outbreaks and things like that, but a global pandemic where most of everything has been shut down. A lot of us probably never thought we would see this in our lifetime, but we have, and a lot of us are learning to adjust with the things. So you have a lot of people, photographers, event planners, musicians, DJs, entertainers. Again, if you're planning a wedding, these are things that you're probably going to be booking. But then with the pandemic going on, you probably have to postpone or cancel your wedding. Now, business owners, vendors, whatever you want to call yourselves, if you know that you did not specifically outline in your contract that if something like this happened, that this person would be out of their money, make it right with the customer. Because again, a lot of people had to literally cancel out weddings that cost them thousands of dollars, or postpone for thousands of dollars. So being able to get that refund back could definitely help them in a lot of areas in their life. Now, I understand as a business owner, this is how you make your money, this is how you eat. So you either need to outline something like this in your contracts, or at least allow that person to have a partial refund, or work something out. Make it, for the most part, I can't tell you how to run your business, but make it right. Make it right with that person. If you know you didn't tell them that it's non-refundable, make it right with that person, because these, a lot of these people are not trying to scam you of your business. But at the same time, if you're taking their money, didn't offer a service, yeah, we understand that it was because of the pandemic, but the pandemic is not neither person's fault. At least work it out with that person, so that either maybe if they reschedule, you can see yourself if you will be available, or at least offer some sort of compensation, partial or full refund if possible. With that being said, if you know that you're offering a service like for weddings, what I would recommend is, if you have an account, until you've actually completed that service for that person, I wouldn't recommend spending the money. I would recommend either putting it into some sort of emergency account, so that God forbid if something like this happened and you didn't need to refund your customers, you don't have them waiting or just stringing them along, that you literally, you're able to refund that person because you didn't blow the money thinking that you would be able to get it back or whatever. Definitely make things right with your customers. Whatever it is, sometimes it's a website issue, it's just a matter of doing right. And it's not to say that, I know that there's that policy, the customer's always right. That isn't always the case. Because sometimes some people want to take advantage of the business, get the service, and still don't pay any money. I mean, I've seen people do it, like literally go to a restaurant, people will eat the food and they want to complain about it just so they don't have to pay for the food. Like, I've seen people do it. I've seen people say that they've gotten products delivered and then try to get their money back, saying that they didn't get delivered. I've seen people do it. So there are people who will definitely take advantage. There are people who will definitely take advantage of a business that they can. So it's not to say that customers are always right, but at the same time, your reputation is pretty much majority of what you have when it comes to your business. So definitely, if it's something that your business can do to make the situation right, do so. Be upfront with your customers. So if you have particular policies, going back to the first two things that I just mentioned to you, if you have specific policies, be upfront with them. Or tell the customers how they can take a look at your policies before they purchase, before they get service, before they book. Be upfront with what you offer, what you don't offer, so that they know how to approach a situation, and that if something does happen, you can say, well, prior to booking, or prior to me offering this service, or prior to me sending this out to you, you did have to, check off this box to make sure that you understood my policies and procedures, and unfortunately, I can't offer you this refund because you didn't do this at the third, or you did do this and the third, do this and the third, and that goes against my policy, so I can't, whatever the case is. Be upfront with your customers in regards to the policies, your whatever your policies are. Provide quality service and provide quality items or products. So how many times have you gone on Facebook, Instagram, or whatever the case is, you see an ad for a product, man, it looks good and the price is out of this world. You go ahead and you order this thing, and guess what? It's not what the hell you ordered. Like, I can tell you how many times I've ordered, like, well, not how many times, I think they got me like one time. Oh, actually, there was that one time where, so I guess quick story time. I you know, got bit by the red bottom bug. This was before I knew about designers like that. I just saw a lot of people wearing red bottoms. So I went ahead, I went on this website, you know, cheap or affordable red bottoms or whatever the case was, and came across this website, and I think they were like probably like $200 for a pair of pumps that were supposed to be Christian Louboutins. Again, at the time, I wasn't all that seasoned when it came to designers. So I goes ahead and I order it, thinking that, you know, it's gonna be the shoe that I ordered. And when I get it, like, there is no way on God's green earth, even with me not knowing much about Christian Louboutin at that time, that thing looked real. I just knew that those things were fraudulent, fake, and not real red bottoms. And I was just like embarrassing myself. So I told myself, like that's the point in my life that I decided that I would not engage in purchasing any items that are not authentic. Now that is totally different from purchasing things that are like for example, fast fashion over things like that. They might have, or like, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Eco Official. You may find that they sell items that are very similar or inspired, I should say, inspired by designers. So there's inspired products, and then there's just replicas, which is not real, and those are the things that that was my last experience with that. But anyways, just to kind of to show you, so one, for me as a consumer, I probably didn't read the policies and confirm that it was authentic, so that's on my end. But you know, at the same time, the pictures that was being sold to me on the website is definitely not what was sent to me. So make sure that whatever you're selling is quality, and it is in fact what you're selling. Like, don't be like gypping these people with their hard-earned money and then sending them like synthetic wigs or like fake stuff, knowing that that's not what you were advertising. The next point will be making the purchase or the booking for your consumer seamless. So if you have a website, if you have a booking site, make sure it's easy to use. You know, think about all your customers or your potential customers who you are targeting, because maybe your target audience may not be website savvy or things like that. So make sure that you are being considerate of all your potential customers whenever you are creating what your purchasing experience is going to be, whether it's on a website, whether it's a booking site, whether they have to do it through you over the phone. You know, make sure they know everything that's needed in order to make their process seamless, because nothing is more frustrating than trying to purchase something and you got to go through all these hoops just to get what you got to get, and then by that time you just don't even want to do it anymore. So definitely make sure that the purchasing process is seamless for quite possibly all your customers if possible. We know we're gonna have a few stranglers who just don't get it, and so unfortunately, no matter how easy you make the process, nothing you can do about those small percentage. But if like 50 or 60% of your customers are having a hard time finding out simple information about how to book or what you offer, then you need to kind of like go back to the drawing board and just make it a little bit more seamless for your customers. And then my last point of bringing value to your business is to be your own brand. If you are a makeup artist, if you are a tattoo, well, I'm not a tattoo artist, but I guess whatever. If you're an artist, tattoo artist, if you are a hairstylist, if you are a stylist, you know, for clothing, if you own a boutique, if you own a shoe store, you know, if you are a I saw one of my like high school friends or whatever, she started a business doing, she now offers interior decorating. Whatever your side hustle, small business, whatever your business, your company is, be your own brand. In other words, you should be the first representation of what your business is. If you are a hairstylist, and I know it's easier said than done, because trust me, I'm like the first person that needs to kind of hear this. Like, you do hair, make sure your hair is on point, especially if you're going somewhere where you're gonna have a lot of people there. You don't want to be giving out your business card, people looking at you like, you're a hairstylist, and looking at your hair and like, nah, you know? Or if you're a makeup artist or whatever the case is, and your makeup is looking like, what? You're a stylist and you don't got your outfit and stuff together. You are your own brand. Make sure that, you know, if you're gonna be talking to anyone about your business, when they look at you, you are a representation of what your business or your brand is. And that's pretty much sums it up. I know I could probably go on and on and on about ways to bring value to your business, but I thought that these were very simple and very straight to the points that you can just use. You know, it doesn't really. I noticed I didn't even mention anything about money, and we all know money can bring value to your business too. But notice I didn't mention anything about money, because I feel like these are this foundational things that you can use to just make your business move forward, flourish, and progress. And boss babes, until next time, peace. Oh, how could I forget? Subscribe, comment, like.